Alright, good morning ladies and gentlemen. Seems like we're back here. There's no poo smell and golden hour here seems better than usual. Probably because the entire Filipino gang isn't even here. There's less than 5 people here. So yeah, golden hour is pretty good today. Although we are doing stairs for 30 minutes, so we don't know what it's gonna look like soon. We actually woke up early again today because like I said, there's no point of going back to sleep. So unfortunately, yesterday we really didn't do much. No, yesterday we did fishing, so there was no live stream yesterday, which is a bit unfortunate. That's okay, because we'll live stream today, and I think we can finally do White Album 2 today as well. I'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's about it. All I know is that my nose is a bit like stuffy today. I can't even breathe smoothly. There's no boogers or anything. It's just like blocked. Change of plans. We're gonna go to what's the treadmill instead. 26, 24, 24. Okay, 24. Yeah, we decided to walk instead. I'm not exactly, I don't have a really good reason. It's just, I think it's because the nose right now. Actually, no, there's no real excuse for me changing from stairs to walk. There's literally just no reason besides just me saying why not. Yesterday we were in a blur, so yesterday isn't gonna be anything too interesting. Yesterday's vlog is literally no stories. Yeah, didn't even open OBS again. A bit annoying, but it's alright. So what did we do yesterday besides nearly sleeping? Yeah, after nearly sleeping, we just edited the video, and then like a bunch of just waiting, like just straight up bored, and then did a bit of hunting and fishing, and nothing happened, and then fell asleep early. So yesterday was literally just gone. It's like it didn't even exist. Nothing significant happened yesterday except, just law. So I guess sometimes you have one of those days. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. We haven't actually swung our arms in a while. Okay, there's one thing I noticed when I do the go when I have the head cam on. I notice that when I'm editing, but my breathing is very it's loud. But I think it's because the reason why the breathing's so loud in those videos is because of this. When the face thing is covering my nose and I breathe, the noise it makes travels upwards towards the head cam. Yeah, because like when you blow out the wind against the mask, it makes a sound compared to when I just I'm not sure if that's true anymore. My breathing has gotten louder. Okay, when you breathe with sometimes breathing with your nose is a lot louder than breathing with your mouth. When you breathe with your mouth, you can kind of be a bit silent, but when you breathe through your nose, sometimes it's just louder. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Well, it kind of does. Don't really know, but yeah, recently the videos have been. I mean, I did. Yeah, yesterday I literally spent the day editing the wood video. I completely forgot. Yeah, the wood video took actually a bit extra time to edit, but I enjoyed it. What else is there? There's nothing like to say. At least the poo smell here is gone, so that's something. And also, golden hour here is looking extremely good. So yeah, we're gonna be just doing casual chest day, and that's about it. So what's the yeah? So yesterday's plans were kind of disrupted. Didn't even get a chance to stream. Didn't even get a chance to record any videos. Literally, yeah. I really got to find a way to just make these stories I have public. I got to find a way because I have the scripts, right? I have the scripts. I either turn it into like an animation or turn it into like a mini novel. I'm really thinking of just turning them into a mini novel, like short stories, because I have the script and everything. I just haven't really found the bother to translate it into like a novel or some kind of way I could just publish it without it being too input like, you know? Because I've got the script down, but I don't want you guys to just read it like a script. You guys should probably read it like a story. So yeah, I've got a bunch of mini things. I think it's because when I create these scripts, right? I like the I just like creating them, but I don't really publish them at all. Different scenarios and all that stuff. So yeah. Besides that though, what's today's plans? Well, we finished the stairs. Well, I mean the walk. Well, yeah, it's like our nose is blocked, but it's not blocked. But it can definitely breathe a lot smoother and it can be quieter. But right now it's like it's not blocked, but it's like semi-blocked. Yeah, actually no, hold on. The left nose is like blocked. The right nose is fine. That's why the breathing's so inconsistent. Which is kind of why I went to the walk. So yeah, the plan today is this treadmill, and then we're gonna go do chest, and then we're gonna do Alpha 3 regime. Then we're gonna eat, yeah, and then edit. The editing should be pretty simple today, considering that it was like basically no footage from the thing. I'm probably just gonna make a short of us just casting non-stop, and then do the dips and pull-ups, and then see what time it is. But since the since it's now February, university starts, so I'll be alone for a bit. That's good. So university starts now, so a lot of members are gone because they're going to go to university and stuff like that. And yeah, I think we'll be able to stream pretty early. You know, back like the old days. Can't believe it's been like a year now, nearly. Actually, not yet. No, not even close. But yeah, probably start streaming again early, kind of like a 9 to 5 or 9 to 3. Matter of fact, we do a lot more than 9 to 5, maybe. But I get to do whatever I want. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stream, and then after streaming, we're gonna maybe do White Album 2, finally. White Album 2, and yeah, that should be about it. And then you gotta work. And then Tuesday should be the same thing except more hours. And maybe we can do some hunting. Maybe. I mean, I am kind of itching to go back towards the beach to get revenge. Well, not revenge, but I'm itching to go back to the beach and trying to surfcast again. It's honestly kind of chill. I think it's because I get to work on my stories while I wait for a fish to bite. It's just not as entertaining as, for example, it's not as entertaining as manually fishing. Manually fishing requires cast upon cast upon cast and the right conditions. Whereas for surf casting, all you do is just sit at a bait and wait. And while you wait, you can basically do whatever you want. And then you have a chance of getting some kind of unique fish, way more unique than a normal kahawai too. You can get some kind of shark. We've got the right bait and everything too, so yeah. I guess the only thing is it just takes like a couple hours to drive to the remote beach, set everything up, and also since it's remote, anyone can come get you. But that's alright. It is what it is. That's what I've always been saying. If they want to get you, they'll get you. Today feels like a massive muesli day. So is there anything else to say? Obviously, we're a lot more alert than yesterday. Yesterday was just one of those days. Yeah. What else is there to do, anyways? A lot of series. Usually, our old series would be a lot more different. It would be like 1 hour of reaction, then like 3 to 4 hours of game, and yeah. And then near the end would be like a filler game, but don't really have any filler games recently. It's because that was on Twitch. We don't do Twitch anymore. We just go to YouTube because YouTube has my data, so I might as well just give YouTube more of my time and attention. You know what I mean? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, we're probably going to be ending up coming here for a bit more now. Again, as much as the discovery of the infrared location, right? We're just gonna come back here for a bit more again. As much as I like the private area sometimes, this area here is a lot closer. And actually, yeah, there's not really any. It's just a mix of the two, honestly. Like here, the only reason we abandoned here in the first place was because it smelled like shit. But the smell's pretty much gone now. But sure, this place doesn't have a sauna. But besides no sauna, that's it. This place is bigger. Golden Hour is the most luxurious here. And yeah, that's about it. Golden Hour here is just strong. Plus, it's got the best link machines. It's got basically any equipment you want. Many cables. Yeah, pretty chill if you ask me. The only content creation thing we don't do is music. Because I have absolutely no idea how to do music, bro. There's absolutely zero way I know how to do music. It's not my thing. I'm better at more framework stuff than, feelings and music. Yeah, don't really do music. I guess the only thing we don't really do is art. But art's kind of replaced at this point to a degree. Art is kind of just replaced by AI. I guess story writing is also replaced by AI as well to a degree. And well, I think you just need two sides to it. AI can definitely write its own story completely, but the only reason we get to do it is because we can add our own framework to it and challenge it ourselves. Challenge it ourselves. But AI can do a lot of stuff already. One thing for sure is though that AI cannot do Earth logs. AI cannot do Earth logs. Good, that's what we do. AI cannot really play its own series. Nope. can't do that either because AI will just copy whatever's online. But if we play it ourselves without any kind of experience, then we create our own story raw. Good. When it comes to the stories we make, that's also half unique compared to us, no, with us. Good. And but when it comes to art, yeah, now we're pretty much just better off getting some professional AI to do it. So our content creation doesn't really reach the art area, doesn't reach the music area. That's the only really two content things there are. Of course, Instagram era will be one day here. I know that for sure. And Instagram era is probably going to open up a lot of different things. And yeah, that's about it, huh? Really ain't nothing else to say. Camera's on a slight angle, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's a little quick talk about content creation right there. You know, we know what we do. You know what I mean? We know we do our vlogs. We know we do hunting and fishing. We know we do live streams and games. We also do somewhat story creations, right? That's a lot of content already. Only thing we can't really do is, do art and music. But I guess that's when you have, yeah, and Instagram era's waiting. But there's got to be more content to do. There's got to be more content to do. I know we already do like a decent amount, but there's got to be more we could do. The thing is that when I do videos, I don't do like those videos on other people. I only do it about myself. Don't have like those takedown videos or crime videos. You know? There's got to be more to do. Got to be more to do. E-commerce? No. E-commerce comes with the Instagram era. Business? No. Business also comes with the Instagram era, but also requires a whole bunch of random, random stuff. And investing, well, our investing comes to the side because we already know what to do. We've done all the hard work. It really is just let the systems run. What else is there to do? There's got to be something more to do. I think that's why we go hunting and fishing, right? That is one of the plans. Catch all the fish possible. Now catch every single fish species and kill them and eat them. We can obviously expand that to the rest of the world. Kind of like playing Pokemon in real life. Catch them all. So see if we can catch them. There's a whole like political and crazy things going on X right now, but a lot of that is kind of just noise as well. They're talking about like Epstein and all that stuff. Do I want to talk about Epstein, the Epstein topic? The Epstein topic is kind of just, it is what it is. I know that sounds pretty bad, but it is what it is. He's not the only one, obviously. There's a lot more. So why him? Why is it only him? There's obviously a whole bunch more. So it's all just noise and stuff, really. Nothing's gonna happen. It's just noise to distract the peons. Really about it. Because again, if they really wanted to hide it, if they really wanted to hide the scenario, they would have hid it. So it's public for a reason. Kind of just like, AI. They know about AI a lot. They're just waiting. You know what I mean? I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I don't. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the Epstein stuff is pretty much a distraction because they made it public for a reason. Just like AI, they have more advanced AI. but they only show what's available now for a reason. So it's the same as the Epstein, to be honest. There's a lot more that you don't know that they don't show, but they're showing it for a reason, is to distract you. You know, you can go into the argument of like pedophilia and stuff, but there's a I'll get into that topic one day, but not right now. It's like kind of just it is what it is. There's no light without dark. That's one thing you have to understand. No light without dark. No light without dark. No, so it's not black and white. It's gray. Completely dry. Is there anything to change? No, our camera setup in Deep Blue and all these DJI stuff is chill. No any funny upgrades there. PC upgrades? Not really. Storage upgrades? Not really. I guess we can do another 4 terabyte SSD, but there's no real bottleneck. Yeah, there's literally no bottlenecks in our system. You know, when we first started like Earth logs and stuff, there were so many troubleshoot problems to do. It was really nice. But now those problems are all solved. And yeah, I mean our problems used to be a lot. There used to be a lot of problems, right, with the mic and not with the mic, but with like the Deep Blue setup, Osmo, RIP Osmo. You know, the setups and stuff. USB-Cs and all those plugs and data and storage, all that good stuff. All that good stuff had problems, but now all of them's troubleshooted. We've fine-tuned the settings, we've fine-tuned OBS, fine-tuned everything, even fine-tuned our desk. So literally everything's just been solved. It's like we've done it all. We've solved the problem. Gotta find something different. Setup's fine. I guess the only problem is content, kind of. But the thing is that we have plenty of content. It's just I can easily just choose a different game or choose a different art series. You know, you could always choose a different game, but those games don't really have much of a story. Man, this place is so huge. I miss this place sometimes. It's just so tall. Even though there's people, Golden Hour is just perfect because ain't nobody near you. You know, we can easily distract ourselves. By the way, like it's not actually that boring. Life's not boring. If you really are bored, just consume. But we are not a consumer; we're a producer. But I get how people can easily get not bored. Like if you're really bored, you got no kind of like sense of purpose and creation. Consuming isn't even that bad either. Like you just binge watch whatever you. There's like so much content to watch. You can always just watch. But since we create. It's just it is what it is. You need producers and you need creators. You need a balance. Wait, we're not bored, are we? I don't think we're bored. We know what to do. Everything's scheduled today as well. Are there any topics to talk about too? Not really. I guess in the university, oh no, in the academy, what do I even call it? In Censored University, there's nothing really to talk about either. There's really nothing to talk about. Hold on, shut up. We'll just get this bench ready to go. It's ready. It looks like it's already been set up, so let's see if the architecture here is good. Well done. The architecture, the architecture before us did a good job. I guess the only thing is every single weight is like gone, non-existent. It's pretty normal today. The water bottle is done, so we'll dump that. Man, Golden Hour is just too good here. It really is just so good here. The height of the roof No, the height of the ceiling's perfect. The distance between every single occupant is perfect. The distance between it. Place is literally like a warehouse slash mansion. Crazy thing is, this place can literally be like a mall. This place can literally be stripped down into like, it's like you can do like 8 to 10 shops in here. That's just how cool this place is. Oh yeah, recently our body composition's looking decent. The two top abs are actually like last night did pretty well. Like last night they looked really good. Last night the top two abs were looking very fine. Must say so myself. Looking very fine. So I guess 2,600 calories was definitely too much, I think. But sticking around to 2K is actually doing us wonders. So 2,000 again today. Have we gotten stronger too? I feel like we've gotten stronger because that Smith machine feeling a bit easy. Wait, so what is there to talk about now? Wait, what else did I say? I was gonna say Sensei's. Sorry, Sensei's University is really mundane recently. I think it's because when it comes to investing, right now all the assets are dipping, but it's not a big deal because long time frame, everything's gonna go up. So as much as gold, Bitcoin, and everything is like dipped, right? Was really just liquidations, and taking out people using leverage. That's really about it. But overall trend stays the same. But yeah, Sensei's University has no good questions recently. Wait, how did I not realize this? The architecture here was actually shit. Yeah, I kind of noticed it. Yeah, but Sensei's the only thing I saw something interesting yesterday was that a student was asking about breakup. Oh, it was a really weird question. I kind of just ignored him at this point. But he was like, student was like, "Hey, what's the advice for, you know, after a breakup?" And then I basically just said, "Well, context matters. What's the context?" And his context was basically, girl left him. It's important to ask the context, obviously. So context was the girl left him, and he's wondering what to do. And it's been like a whole 1.5 years. Oh no, he's like asking advice, saying, "What do I do?" And then, well, I mean, I didn't even respond to him because I read the question. I was like, "Oh, so she left you, not you left her." So it's like, what advice? Just what did she like? I just don't understand sometimes. Well, I do understand. Just like, bro, what do you mean? What do you do? You're acting like just because they broke up, you can't like what do I do? She left me. What can you do? It's already over. What? I don't understand. Yes, he's basically just asking advice on what to do, right? There's like, you already know what to do. What do you mean? What do you do? It's like, what? Either get another one or just like what? Matter of fact, it's the same. Okay, it's literally the same as this. Same analogy, right? It's like, okay, so students like, okay, my girlfriend left me. Cool. What do I do? It's the same. It's the exact same analogy as saying, hey, my my cousin died. What do I do? Oh, I just, what do you? Okay, yeah, my cousin passed away. You know what I mean? It's like it gives the same kind of vibes as that. It's like, okay, cool. So, my girlfriend left me. Cool. Do you have any advice? What do I do? Exact same as, hey, my cousin died in a car crash. what do I do? It's like, what do you mean? What do you do? Just continue your life? What? As a matter of fact, the cousin one's probably even worse than girl. What? What? Well, what do I do? What do you mean? What do you do? Just continue. What do you mean by like such a weird thing? It's like, oh, what do I do? My girlfriend is okay. Just go get a new one, or just continue doing your thing. What are you depressed? It's not real. Exact same analogy as saying, hey, my cousin died in a car crash. What do I do? Well, what can you do? You just gotta just continue what you do. What? It is what it is. Yeah, there you go. That's how you solve the problem. It is what it is. Get back to what you usually do. Done. What can you do? What, resurrect him? I don't know. Chase her back? Don't do that, obviously. You know? I guess it's because of the context that she left the student, not he left her. Such a whatever. I think the main reason. Hold on, no, shut up. We need to do some architecture. But they go. But shut up. Yeah, hold on. I was gonna say something, but I need to do this first. I think the reason why that question from the student is so mind-boggling is because even with the context, I think the main talk about it is basically this. Oh, my girlfriend left me. What do I do? I think the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what's the problem? Oh, okay, cool. What do you do? Well, you just do what you usually do. What's the problem? Yeah, that's like the main question. Okay, so what do you do? What's the problem? Oh, I don't know what to do. What do you mean you know what you do? What? So the problem is you don't know what to do? You just do what you usually do. What? So what's the problem then? That's that's my take on that. It's like, okay, what's the exact problem? So is this same as like that? Hey, my cousin died in a car crash. What do I do? Well, it is what it is. What's the problem? How does that? Well, what's the problem? I don't see a problem. What's the problem? What's done is done. Well, what do I do? What's the problem? The problem is I don't know what to do. Okay, we'll do this and that. Done. Now what? Now what's the problem? It's so simple. Okay, if the problem is you don't know what to do, then just continue training, continue your compounding assets, continue of life. Is that what the problem's? Like, what's the problem? Not enough context, that's for sure. Students hiding something because obviously there has to be some kind of context he's dodging. 100%. It's 100% a lack of context. Bro, this thing looks my the what is this called? The what do you call these things? The like ties. The ties of my short makes it look like I'm hard, but I'm not. It's just the laces on the shorts, making it look like I'm hard. It's making a tint. I promise you. It's just the laces. Really, it's just problem solving stuff, huh? We gotta finish the water. Well, we can easily finish the water. Yeah, besides that though, besides that one student thing, it's like been no other questions from students that really found my interest. Everyone's just simple. Is there anything else to say? I mean, obviously, if we apply our problem solving to our situation, what's our problem right now? I don't even know what our problem is. We don't even have a problem. Every problem we found, we just tackle it instantly. It's not what we have right now isn't really a problem. What we have right now is, eh, I don't really think there's a problem. We don't really have a problem because I was gonna say the problem is we're running out of content, but we literally have content lined up already. So yeah. So what's the problem? Nothing. Everything's scheduled. Everything's running normally. What's the problem? We have no problems right now. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? Well, it's like we have problems, but we already have the solution to it. So it's not like something to linger on. I mean, yeah, the only problem was how to translate our mini stories into something more readable, but already it's done. Just do it like a novel style. Novel style. Yeah, novel style. Now I probably have to ask myself where would I upload it. I'll probably just use AI and find the most, yeah, Webtoons for the animated version or drawing version. I guess I just find some kind of place to novel it down. I wonder where. I'll figure it out. Is there any topics to talk about? I mean, we could talk about like pedophilia, I guess. I mean, it's. I could probably say this. It might get me in trouble though, but I mean, I kind of understand it to a degree. Pretty much, Sensei usually talks about this, right? The elites like to do things that people can't do, so it's kind of like this, right? Same as like for COVID, it's the same as COVID, right? The elites would be like, well, we don't have to wear masks, but the peons can. Same thing as like speeding, we're allowed to speed, the peons can't because they get the dopamine of doing things that others can't. So to a degree, that's why with the age limit and stuff like that, these elites will say that these elites get more dopamine because the normal peons can't, be with younger ones because it's illegal for the peons, but it's not illegal for the elites. So same kind of theory. They get dopamine because others can't do it, so they do it. You know, it's like hey, you Mr. Peon, you're not allowed to. They're too young. You're not allowed to. But the elites will be like, oh yeah, but I'll just do it myself because I get dopamine from doing things the peons can't. That's. But I mean, at the same time, it's just really that's just it's ecosystems. Ecosystems not allowed without dark, black and white and gray because like it's really just only the Western, right? I mean, like just fucking look at Japan. They got some kind of lolicon things going on there. And then if you look in the Arab world, the Arab, if you look in the Arab world, they're doing it younger as well. So really, just the Western world. It is what it is, right? Got to look at it from multiple ecosystems and POVs. Japan's already got them crazy, not crazy, but Japan's already got their lolly stuff. Arabs got their like literal, literal younger, fully younger as well. You know, and the Western is kind of already like 16 is a somewhat legal limit for the peons only. Remember, it only applies to the peons. The rich don't care. It's not illegal for the rich. They could do whatever they want. It's only for the peons. Only the peons not allowed to because it disrupts the slave programming if you do it so young. Yeah, makes sense. It actually does make sense to be honest because if you allow the peons to disrupt each other at such a young age, no one's gonna work. No one's gonna be a slave to the university. You know what I mean? Like in the Western world, in the Western ecosystem, if a if a like, yeah, it is what it is. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's because they're rich, like to get dopamine from doing things others can't. So if others can't, they'll do it. Same as speeding, same as COVID. It's just really basic stuff to understand. It's just how the world works. Yeah, that's just how the world works. There's not really anything else to say about it besides it's how the world works, and it's just multiple ecosystems, right? So X is only caring about the Western because I guess that's just how it is. So yeah. So overall conclusion, it's all just a distraction. It's all just a distraction. End of the day, it's just a distraction. Nothing else to say about it besides just a distraction. But at the same time, it gives content for a lot of other creators to talk about. So, like without dark, keeps everyone busy. Don't worry, we actually arrived here like 30 minutes early as well, because you know the rules, right? No point of going back to sleep if you're gonna wake up in 30 or an hour, 30 to 1 hour, 30 minutes to 1 hour. No point of going back to sleep. What's literally the point? You might as well just sleep earlier the next night. One thing about anime and all this love of feelings, none of it's logical. But I understand the ecosystem. Emotional connection gives a lot more of a excuse to just go for it. If you were too logical about it, you'd never really find. Eh, it'd be more transactional. I understand both sides. There's one that's logical, and you know, there's one that's logical, and there's one that's emotional. And sometimes the emotional is just a different. It's just an easier pick. It is an easier pick. It kind of gives you the "it is what it is" option. I think that actually one of the things about it is that with the emotional pick, there's less options. It's more like, yeah, that's what I want, or that's what I get. It is what it is. But when you start to think about it logically and be a bit more open, you actually get a crap ton of options. And guess what? When you get a bunch of options, you're at the A side. All right, let's go check the weight. Golden hour is just superb out here. Sometimes it's actually. I think we've had many times on camera this place being diamond hour. I wonder what we're gonna be. Are we gonna be like 70 kgs? I think we might be. I have a feeling we are. We really are still hovering. We really are just hovering. Look, 69.8. We are literally hovering. We have not crossed 70 and we haven't even gone below 69. So we're literally just hovering at this exact weight. Even after 2000 calories. Oh no, it's only been like 1 week of 2000 calories. It's not. It has only been like 1 week of 2000 calories, but I guess visually, top two abs are doing fine. So not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Everything's working out. Everything's working out. There's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else to talk about. Very, very random topics today. Very random topics. What did we even cover today? We didn't even cover much today. We did not cover much today. We just covered what to do, and we know what to do. So yeah, know exactly what to do today. I already said it. I already said it this morning. So no need to repeat myself. I guess I have been lazy on not extracting much of the stories. I've just been creating more and more. Not a chill day. So did I say I was gonna? Did I give my word yesterday about giving a story? I don't think I did. I can't. Yesterday was so sleepy. Did I fail my? I don't even know if I failed my word. I don't know. I don't know if I said I'd give you guys a story yesterday. I should have, but there was literally no window for me. That's a lie. There was like one win. There was actually one window I could have made a video, but I didn't. There was a window I could have gave you guys the video, but I didn't. Shame. What a shame. Oh well. Gotta just do the stream today. And do I give my word for a video? Yeah, we gotta finish the babysitter thing. Alright, well, there's my word done. It's given. Now I will fulfill it. Okay, well, alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it again for everyone just watching, chilling. Today's topic, nothing interesting. Something's gotta happen soon. There's a lot of content we create. I'm just, what's the truth behind it? It's not really the truth. We know what to do. Alright, bye bye everyone.
Hello everybody, I gave my word that we are going to do a story video. Ah, it's kind of glistering, huh? Whatever. Rightio, so we were on 3 horrifying true babysitting stories, right? We're doing that. And yeah. We were doing that. So yeah, we're on story 3. Here we go.
My sister.
Story 3 by Dan the Man. Dan the Man. I'm gonna have the screen look like this because I like my eyes to be looking kind of in the middle. Oh, I don't want to spoil the comments, my bad. Okay, let's just go for it, yeah? Alright, here we go. Story 3 by Dan the Man.
I was 21 when my sister asked me to watch her kids overnight while she and her husband went to a wedding a few hours away.
21 years old? Easy.
I'd babysat my niece Emma and my nephew Lucas plenty of times before,
Okay.
so it wasn't a big deal. Emma was 6, quiet and sensitive, and Luke was 9, more talkative but still easy. They live in a normal suburban house in a quiet neighborhood not far from our childhood home. My sister walked me through the usual routine before they left, since this time I'd be staying overnight. Leftover Chinese food for dinner, and no scary shows, and bed by 9. She reminded me—
Hey. That sounds pretty easy. Chinese food? Chinese food? Eat that, alright? Eat that. Eat your chow mein, eat your chow fan. Yeah, eat all that. No horror stuff. Go to bed before 9. That's crazy because we actually do that as well.
Emma sometimes got nervous at night and might call for me once or twice. After they left, the kids and I ate in the living room and watched a movie. It felt like a completely normal night. Around 9, I took them upstairs. Their bedrooms were across the hall from each other, with a bathroom in between. I tucked Emma in first. She asked if I'd leave her door open a little and keep the hallway light on. Lucas just rolled over and told me goodnight like he was already half asleep. I went downstairs and turned on the TV, keeping the volume low so they wouldn't hear. Around like 9:30 to 10, I heard footsteps upstairs. I figured Emma needed something, I started up the stairs, but before I got halfway, I saw her walking along the balcony toward the top step. She was standing there in her pajamas looking down at me. I asked what was wrong. She said I already came in her room and told her to go back to sleep, but she hadn't been able to. I stopped on the stairs and told her I hadn't been upstairs since I put them to bed. She thought I was joking at first. She said I stood in her doorway a few minutes ago and told her everything was fine in a whisper. I told her maybe she was dreaming it and walked her back to her room. I checked her closet and under the bed, even though I knew nothing would be there. She finally settled back in, but she kept watching me as I left, like she wasn't convinced. I went back downstairs, feeling...
Maybe scan the entire upstairs then. I mean, cool, you scan like the closet and stuff, right? Maybe you should scan the rest of the room.
Slightly uneasy, but still telling myself kids mix dreams with reality.
But, I mean, the guy's position right now isn't bad. He's downstairs in the living room, right? So he's cutting off the stairs. But you should probably scan the top first. But... yeah.
All the time. About 20 minutes later, Lucas came down, rubbing his eyes. He asked why I came into his room. I felt a chill go through me. I told him I didn't. He said I stood by his dresser and looked at him, then walked out without saying anything.
What?
I tried to keep my voice calm and told him he must have been half asleep, but now this was weird, because both of them said pretty similar things. Instead of going back to bed, he stayed next to me on the couch now. That was when I started to really listen to the house. Every small sound felt louder. I turned the TV off, and the silence literally made my ears ring. Lucas noticed me doing this, and I think it started to scare him when I told him to shush for a second.
Where's
I
Emma?
heard something upstairs. It was light footsteps running, and then I saw her running across the balcony upstairs and then racing down the stairs, screaming Uncle Dan a bunch of times. When she got to the living room, I asked her what's wrong, and she started crying, saying there's someone upstairs.
Yeah.
I think this was around the time my heart really started racing.
Go, get him.
They weren't playing a little kid prank on me. She was crying genuine tears. I asked her why she thought there's someone upstairs.
Yo, what are you doing?
And she responded saying someone came in her room again and said goodnight, but it didn't sound like me. I think by now, I was internally freaking the fuck out.
Go fight
but
him.
I told them to keep calm.
Go
I
fight
didn't
him.
want Emma to cause Lucas to start crying now too. I told them to wait down here.
Yeah.
I'll go check upstairs and be right back. And that's exactly what I planned to do. But I wasn't going up there without a weapon at this point. I went to the kitchen, secretly grabbed a knife, and placed it in front of me as I walked back into the living room and then up the stairs. The kids were still on the couch. I made it to the upstairs balcony that overlooks the living room. I did a little march as I walked across it to try to make them laugh, but it didn't work.
What are you doing?
As I passed the balcony and into the upstairs foyer that led to the kids' bedrooms, I can't iterate enough just how much I wasn't expecting what happened next. I heard something in Emma's room. I peered inside and thought I saw something or someone. I quietly said hello so the kids wouldn't hear, but I wasn't expecting someone to respond. In a very weird, high-pitched voice, yet still sounding like a grown man, someone said, "Aren't they just so special?"
Yo, what? Hold
The
on
voice
now.
sounded like it belonged to someone with mental issues.
Kill him.
Maybe not fully there. I then realized what I was seeing in the bedroom was a really tall person standing next to Emma's bed now. I guess like 6'4". They looked to be like 6
What?
inches taller than me. My heart was in my throat. I turned and ran down the stairs and grabbed the kids.
Okay.
I told them, "Put your shoes on now, we're leaving."
No need for
And Emma
shoes.
started to cry even more. I quickly saw why. Peering around the wall, up the balcony upstairs, was this grotesque-looking man doing peekaboo with his hands toward the kids.
Yo, what? Hey.
I said forget the shoes, and
Yeah.
ran the kids outside with me in their socks. We ran to a house a couple doors down where I saw lights on inside, and I rang the bell 5 times. The lady who answered knew Lucas and Emma. I introduced myself and quickly explained the situation. She let us in immediately into safety. I got on the phone with 911 and stood on the front porch of this couple's house watching my sister's house. And as I saw that man casually strolling out of her house, walking down the walkway into the darkness of the street in the opposite way, the 911 operator told me not to engage him in any way and that officers would be there soon. But boy do I regret listening to that operator. I should have followed that fucking creep down the street. I should have been a man and beaten him to a pulp. But realistically, I didn't know if he was armed or not. And based on his voice, I choose to believe it was some mentally handicapped person who simply walked right into the house.
How?
I stayed on the stoop watching the man until he disappeared down an intersecting street, and I told the operator which street it was. She kept making it seem like the cops would be heading down that direction, but it took so long for them to arrive that by then, that man was gone. Possibly into one of the houses in the vicinity for all anyone would know.
GG.
I wasn't happy with the response time, and I let the police know that. I went into my sister's house with them to investigate, and nothing seemed out of the sorts, nor was anyone else inside. Of course, given the circumstances, I drove the kids home to my parents' house with me that night to sleep there. We weren't going to sleep in that house that night regardless.
Okay, smart.
And of course, there was somehow blame put on me that the one night I was watching them, someone breaks into the house. However, I firmly believe that man was in there before I even got there. I did not go needlessly unlocking doors or anything like that. Ever since then, my sister and my brother-in-law have been nuts with the security cameras. They have at least 6 all over the house, inside and out. But honestly, who can blame them after this?
Hey. Okay, not a bad story at the end. Good job. Yeah, mass security cameras, just like that, done. How did a 6'4" man get in the house to begin with? Don't know how that's even possible. Should have scanned. I mean, again, that just seems really hard to believe how a man even got in there in the first place, right? Like, he must have been in there before. Strange. Now, would you engage the man or not? Not really. Would really depend. Would really depend. If you have a gun, probably. But you don't know how crazy people are. Right, that was 3 horror. There was only 9 minutes. There wasn't really much to say. Is there any more Blackout horror stories? V2? 1 year ago? I think we've never listened to this one before.
The University of Oakland.
Fuck off. Can I mute it?
Provide you with and the
what is this? Why is the entire thing glitched? Yo, the Firefox crashed. Literally. Hello? What just happened? Oh. Okay, we're gonna be doing one story of this, and then we'll continue it next time, right? Sounds about right to me. Alright, let's copy and paste this real quick. We're only gonna go story 1. Only story 1. Alright, here we go. Let's go. Blackout horror stories. Now, if you guys were with the lore, we've had a blackout in the gym before, so we'll see if anything matches. Story 1 by George. George was too curious.
It was a chilly night in early March.
Oh yeah, no subtitles. Okay, no subtitles. We go. Let's do it with our brain.
A couple years ago now, I had just gotten home from work. I was working late that night, so it was close to midnight by the time I walked through the door.
At midnight.
I was beyond exhausted. I wanted nothing more than to crack open a freezing cold beer and throw my feet up on the couch. So that's exactly what I did.
Okay.
Alcohol always tastes better after a hard day's work.
Can't relate.
I didn't even turn on the TV immediately. I just sat there on the couch with my eyes closed and my feet elevated, trying to ignore the nagging thoughts about how stressful my life was.
Cap.
I remember getting frustrated while flipping through the channels because nothing was catching my eye. After sifting through for another few minutes, I ultimately gave up and opted to enjoy my beer in silence. Like everything else in my life, peace and quiet was apparently too much to ask for, because not 10 seconds later, all the lights in my house simultaneously shut off. You know that slightly fuzzy popping sound that comes a split second before everything shuts off? Yeah, there's nothing I hate more than hearing that noise. For whatever reason, our house had a tendency to lose power every so often. Now
okay, so this is common. This is not like a rare thing, it's common.
About it, it still does.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, my first reaction was to step outside and see if any of the neighboring houses were affected. I stepped outside and shut the door behind me, trying to preserve any heat that I might not be able to get back should I fail to restore the power. It was late, but I remember seeing at least one house on my block with their lights on, which confirmed that my house was the problem. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, knowing that this headache would definitely spoil whatever pleasure I was hoping to salvage from the night. I turned back to go inside, but when I turned the handle on the front door, it wouldn't budge. I froze, confused at first.
So you locked yourself outside? Okay, you locked yourself outside? Okay.
I tried the handle a few more times, but it was definitely locked. What the hell was going on? I banged on the door and called my wife's name, thinking maybe she had woken up without me realizing.
You have a wife?
There was no answer. I tried to peer through the glass, but it was still pitch black in there. I ran around to the back. That door was locked too. I started panicking. My wife had a tendency to leave doors unlocked, so it was weird that the back door would be locked in the first place.
Your wife has a tendency to leave the doors unlocked. And your power in the house cut off. And somehow you locked yourself outside the front door. So you're telling me that someone else came in your house, killed the power, you went outside, and then somehow the moment you stepped outside and closed the door, the man suddenly locked the front door handle. So now he's stuck with your wife. GG. Just break a window or something at this point.
I ran around to the side of the house to check the breaker, and I froze in my tracks. My hose, which I knew for a fact had been coiled, was laying in the grass just below the breaker box. The realization hit me like a freight train. Someone had cut the power intentionally. Without thinking, I sprinted to the nearest window and desperately looked inside one more time. This time, I was able to make out two flashlights swinging around wildly in the dark, as if two people were rummaging through my house. They were. I knew they were stealing shit. I was infuriated. The nerve of someone to do this while I was literally home. I reached into my pocket to call the police, only to realize that I had left my phone on the couch.
What about your wife? You should be worried about... Should be more worried about your wife than your stuff. Break a window. Break a window, get in there. Or at least get your wife out of something, I don't know. GG, I guess. Get a new one.
After cursing under my breath, I told myself I'd just run to the neighbor's house and borrow his phone. As I started making my way to the nearest house, another, more sinister thought hit me. My wife was still inside. She was probably asleep, vulnerable to whoever was in the house.
Break a window.
I couldn't leave her there, even for another minute.
Yep.
I sprinted back to my house and frantically grabbed some loose rocks from the yard. I started chucking them at our bedroom window, hoping to wake her up. After the third rock, she opened the window. Before she had a chance to say anything, I quietly told her what was happening and instructed her to hide in our closet.
No, get out.
Her head disappeared.
What?
Appeared to me.
Get out the window. Come down here. Get out. Don't hide in a closet.
Immediately, she didn't ask questions. I then sprinted to my neighbor's house and banged on the door. I explained what was going on as quickly as possible. I quietly told her what was happening and instructed her to hide in our closet. Her head disappeared immediately.
Hide in the closet. Did she lock the door? Just tell her to jump out the window or something.
She didn't ask questions. As quickly as possible, and then I used his phone to call the police. I waited on his porch, praying that my wife would be okay.
No, she
did.
The
police eventually arrived, and I ran out to one of the cars, explaining the situation as best I could. They barged into the house, but by then, it was too late. The back door was wide open, and whoever had broken in was gone, with too many of our valuables to count. My wife was more shaken than I was.
Yeah, no shit.
Understandably so. What she told me and the police made me angry at myself for not doing a better job at protecting her. To this day, I'll never forgive myself for leaving her in the house with potential murderers. Apparently, mere seconds after I instructed her to hide, she heard someone kick the bedroom door open. The person walked into the room and cocked a gun. He stood there motionlessly for a few seconds, clearly listening for anyone in the room. She said she had never been more terrified in her entire life. I believe the intruders heard me throwing the rocks at the window. The scariest part is that we still live in this house, and we're not planning on moving out anytime soon. Sometimes I think about what could have happened had I not stepped outside for those brief moments.
What are you even doing in that situation? You know what would be... let me tell you something. Door lock chain bolt. Deadbolt? Why can I never find it? I mean, I've searched it so many times. I can never find this thing. Like, I always search it up. I just don't know what the name is for it. It's supposed to be door lock bolt. But I just never find it. Door lock. Latch. There's no name for this thing. What is it called? What is this thing called? What is the name for this thing? I always search it up, but I never know what it's called. Door latch. No? What the hell's the name for this thing? Seriously. It just says door lock, not latch. If you get one of these things, when you open your door and then you close it without actually closing the door, you can't actually physically lock yourself in because your door will hit the handle and the door won't fully close. It'll just leave a small gap. So if you don't have your kids with you and you need to go outside for a brief second and you know that you're going to go back inside, when you open the front door, you move this latch inwards. So then when the door, if the wind or something closes the door, it will just hit the latch and you'll be fine. Yeah. So just get one of these. Dude, no wonder no one has these in their houses. I'm like, hey yo, just get a door latch. Oh, what's a door latch? And I search it up. What's he talking about? Like, what's the name? Why does no one have a name for this thing? What is the name for this thing? What the hell's the name? What is the name for this thing? Gonna dox me as well. Why is it? Why blind me? What the hell's all this stuff? What is the name for it? Fuck off. Dude, there's not even a name for this thing. Yo, they need to get a name. What is the name for this thing? A door latch. The Wong latch. I swear I might as well just make ecom storm and just start selling all these, huh? Whatever. Righty ho, should we just do story 2 as well? Nah, it's been 20 minutes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it. Alright. See you guys next time. Oh, what was that? Notification? Where? Alright, bye-bye.